And now, insurance-minded speeches from Geico.
Hardship. My grandmother would go through it every month to pay her insurance bill. First, she would handwrite a paper check, in cursive. Then, using her own tongue, she would wet a stamp for an envelope. Today, however, we need not weary our hands and tongues. Today, we can pay our Geico bill with the Geico app. Away with hardship, in with bill pay on the Geico app. Thank you.
Blog Talk Radio.
What's going on, everybody? This is your host, Romey-Mak, and welcome to Romey-Mak 2 Cents Presents The Locker Room, Episode 10, entitled Playoffs and Draft Talk, Round 2. Back at y'all again, man, to talk about, pretty much, this is what the show's been designed for, just guy talk, just looking at things from a guy point of view about a few things. But let me get my first co-host on the line, Ashton. Yo, Ash, what up, bro?
What up?
Ain't shit, man. How I sound on the thing? Everything clear on the mic?
Yeah, everything good.
All right, bet. Let me get Karumbe through. Karumbe, you on?
What's up, man? You know what it is.
Yes, sir. You know what it is, man. We about to get straight into this shit, man. I want to talk about this situation, bro. I just read this story. Jordan Edwards, 15-year-old kid out of Texas, man, that was leaving a party, heard some gunshots and whatnot. As far as what we know, he's leaving the party, with his boys, and they drove off in the car, and supposedly an officer used a rifle or whatever, used his rifle, and he shot through the passenger side, and it hit the Jordan Edwards, the 15-year-old kid in the passenger side in the forehead, man. And the guys that were in the car with him, they were driving down a little bit further before they even realized that that he'd been shot. You know what I'm saying? With all the commotion, adrenaline and all that stuff going on. But I mean, supposedly the officer has been fired. But for real, how many more times do we need to see shit like this, man? How much more senseless violence do we need to see? Do our boys, do our kids deserve this shit? You know what I'm saying? What? I get it. Okay, I get it. You obviously know we're not equal. Don't tell obviously, Constitution, all men are created equal. As long as you're not us. You know what I'm saying? Even that back then, we would know what, 3/5 of a man? Some shit like that. You know what I mean? So it's the shit getting old, man. You really gonna cause people to rise up. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Ash.
This is a problem with a lot of it, man. These police officers are out here, man. They scared, and they're gun happy. So, I feel like this. If you that scared, don't be a police officer. Because I understand it's a dangerous job, but every situation don't require you to use deadly force, and that's a lot of the problem.
Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. It's just this kid's straight A student, bro. Straight A student. Won't ever get to his 16th birthday. Won't ever graduate. His parents will never see their his kids. It's just and all for what though? Because you're scared. You know what I'm saying? That shit bogus, bro. And then top that off, get more news. You know what I'm saying? That today that the officers with the Alton Sterling thing, my man got choked out. What was it? What was he selling? CDs in front of the store? No charge. None of them charged for the killing. Shit on video. Sending the message loud and clear, man. Sending the message loud and clear. And and I don't take this out. This ain't it's not on every cop in the world, because there are some that actually do their job in certain areas. There are cops that are actually doing their fucking job. You know what I'm saying? But it's some other motherfuckers that really don't be doing the shit, but they work with the people that's doing the corrupt shit, but not saying anything. You know what I'm saying? They got the heart to do that. You see this thing. You see a certain culture being attacked. You know what I'm saying? That we need y'all to step up, bro. This shit gotta stop, man. This shit gotta stop for real. Cause like Pac say, you know what I'm saying? And on the Kendrick song, man. Next time people respond, they're gonna rise up, man. It's gonna be bloodshed. It's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. What do you honestly expect people to do. I'm not advocating violence on cops. Don't get me wrong with that. Don't misconstrue my words. But you telling me exactly what would you do? You know what I mean? As far as like if your people were being slaughtered like such, you know what I'm saying? It don't even matter. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we can shuck and jive for you. We'll dance for you. We'll play basketball for you. Run up and down the field for you. But as soon as we speak out, you got a motherfucking problem. And I don't mean that against. What's up?
You wanna know what's crazy? They had I think like Tuesday. Well, what's today? Today's like Tuesday. Some guy here broke out of jail. I think he was in Council Bluffs though. Broke out of jail because they gave him 52 years. Some black dude, and he shot a cop. He was on a run for a while. Yo, it's like I was scared to even go outside, man, because out of the description, I fit like 3 of those descriptions. My car, my hair, and I was black, so I didn't want to go outside. I had to sit in the house for like 4 hours because I didn't feel like being, taken in by them for that reason.
That's the shit we gotta deal with.
Many times I don't even want to go outside, man.
That's the real part of it, man. That this is the shit we gotta deal with as as blacks. You know what I mean? And that's the fucked up part about it. You know what I mean? So we got to deal with this. As far as like if we match a description, worrying about if we're gonna live or die. You know what I'm saying? Like for the next day. I mean, you tell me is it equal? And then when some people speak out about it, it's like, oh, it's not as bad as people making it out to be. It's the media and all that. This shit really happened. Blacks are dying. You know what I mean?
What kills me is these public figures, these black public figures that say they don't see racism, or a couple of years back, like this kind of stuff don't happen. We Americans, we come so far, this kind of stuff don't happen anymore. I'm just like, I don't know what the hell y'all be watching, but this shit happens a lot.
Yeah.
There's more cases of us not knowing this happening than us knowing this happening. Because I guarantee, in the time frame that story was out, like 5 or 6 people probably all died too.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that's the shit that's going down, bro. Like, what more do they want from us? What more you want? But this out in Sterling shit, bro. It's just like, for real, man. Like, come on, man. Did he have a pistol? Yeah, he out there working, protecting himself. Did he pull it on anybody? Did you see him pull it on anybody? Nothing. What you do see, though, is the cops pulling him down. You know what I mean? That's what the fuck you see. So, it sucks, man, and it's hard. I'm definitely praying for the family. Of Jordan Edwards, Alton Sterling, and the long list of individuals that have been, killed by these type of cops. You know what I'm saying? Because I got friends from high school that are cops, man. You know what I'm saying? So they're doing their part in trying to fix this shit. Whenever they get that opportunity to, man. But it just sucks that this is what our lives have become. What we got to worry about. The fact that that's a real life story right there from Karumbe. He had to worry about going outside and being mistaken for somebody else's shit. And that's just the fucked up. That's the fucked up part right there, yo. But moving into some more roughly on like the race issue. Adam Jones, player for the Baltimore Orioles. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's at the plate, I believe. I'm pretty sure Ash know more about it than me. I mean, I vaguely heard about it through listening to a First Take podcast, but supposedly, racial slurs from the crowd, and throwing peanuts at the cat, man. So we're going back. So we're going back 100 years now, 200 years. You know,
man,
it's just not
crazy, man.
It's, you know, what I don't care for, man, is why we pretend like this shit don't happen, bro. This shit going on, man. This is real life. This is your life. This is America. You know what I'm saying? This is what people are doing in America. You know what I mean? America was built on the backs of blacks, backs of, you know, of Latin people, backs of Asians. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, well, I mean, but this is how you treat folks. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the mindset we're gonna do. Keep them in their place. You know, Trent Dilfer had a lot to say about Kaepernick kneeling for the fucking you know, the national anthem, but he ain't say shit about these people shooting innocent black kids. You know what I'm saying? The fuck, like, tell me what the 15-year-old did, man. Where is that now? Where's all that backlash? You know what I'm saying? That's the shit that's wrong with America, man. They rather complain about somebody kneeling for a fucking flag than somebody that's actually had their life taken. 15 years old, man. 15, dog. You barely living, yo. Barely living, man. That's all I'm saying, bro. You know, but yeah, but Ash, go ahead, man, with the Adam Jones shit, bro.
Well, you know, they've been saying, man, Boston been raised. So Bill Russell said that 30, 40 years ago. I mean, it ain't gonna change up there, man. Boston, they said Boston the biggest racist city in America, man. So I mean, I ain't surprised at it. You know, it's still sad. We're 2017, there's shit going on, but hey, I mean, Bill Russell been told you, and everybody thought he was crazy when he said that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I ain't surprised. It's Boston.
Yep, exactly. Boss, I mean, it sucks, but this is what we're dealing with, bro. And then you get upset when people, what gets me is just like when you get upset when people actually mention shit because you want to see change, you want to invoke change in your people. You got to, you know, you got to understand this, man. It's a bigger cause going on. You know what I'm saying? Your people had I'd say like a 400, you know, white people have had a 400-year head start, you know, as far as getting where you need to be in life in America, you know what I'm saying? And they had to fight for shit too, you know what I mean? As far as you know, the whole shit from fighting from Great Britain. So now we got to fight from our own people, with it being divided from within. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, I don't want to create a division amongst the people, if anything, for us to come together. But it's going to take people that are outside of our community to recognize the shit that's going down is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Why does it have to be one of yours to be considered, you know what I'm saying, like wrong in some people's eyes? And that's not all people. I mean, there are some people outside of our culture that see this shit and see this shit as foul. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things, man, where, you know, we gotta come together. And there are people out there that's actually doing shit, you know, as far as making change. But, you know, just my little piece on that issue. But I want to ask you guys, man, with everything that goes on, you know, in the world, and like, you know, Trump will like respond to that like through his tweet. Why is he yet to tweet about these kids? You know, I mean, there's an incident that happened with this, you know, this Jordan Edwards, and there's a kid in there. I think it was like a 23-year-old and a 13-year-old in like Ohio.
Trump didn't respond to all those black girls disappearing. So what you mean?
You know what I'm saying?
What makes you think he's gonna reply to this? Like, they don't matter to him, bro.
That's what, and what gets me about, and I say that rhetorically, Karumbe, but you know, it's just very funny to me, man, that, you know, you got time at a rally in Kentucky to say some shit about Kaepernick not getting on the team because of you, but you don't have the heart to say shit about what goes on within, you know what I'm saying, the law enforcement. You feel me? So like it's just real funny how you know how he's playing the game like that, man. And then you got all these people behind Trump saying Trump's got to invoke change. We just got to give him more time. Where's the time that you gave Obama? What time did you give him?
Yo, to tell you the truth, something that's funny to me right now is the whole thing about him like saying that the government needs to shut down because he won't do his damn job. And all these people that vote for him that like had these government jobs and stuff, he's fucking up y'all money. Y'all voted for this man. he ain't doing shit, he gonna fuck y'all money up. I'm just letting y'all know right now. He's been fucking y'all money up.
Fact, bro. Fact. You know what I'm saying? But that's how you want to play it, and let it be played, man. Another situation, you know, that went down that I saw, bro. Old Brandon Roy, they used to play for the fucking Trailblazers, man. He was shot. You know what I'm saying? Like in I think they say it was gang related violence. He was shielding kids, you know what I'm saying, from gunfire out in I believe it was Cali. You know, and it was Cali or was it Cali? I have to read the story exactly. But you know, he got shot trying to shield, you know, gang violence. So I imagine that's our own people killing each other. You know what I'm saying? And in the situations like that, they use that as a loophole. Like, see, they don't care about themselves anyway. So you know, like, no, fuck that, man. It's like, granted, yeah, we got some stuff we got to do amongst ourselves. You know, to like obviously to be better, but you know, this just the whole equality thing, man. Like it's you know, it's topsy turvy, you know, like pure topsy turvy, man. But I don't want to make the whole show, you know what I'm saying, obviously a whole like a political rant or anything like that. So you know, we'll get into what we came to talk about. You know, obviously the NBA playoffs. Playoffs, you know, we're you know, semi conference finals, man. LeBron at it again, you know, as Ash will gladly tell you about that. I don't foresee. I wanted to see the Bucks to play the Cavs this time, man. I really did want to see, you know, Giannis go up against, you know, like LeBron, man. I didn't anticipate. I still see, you know, obviously Cavs coming out of the East. But I definitely wanted to see Giannis, you know, just to see those two, you know, on the same court together, man. It just would have been great. It's real great to see, because I don't really care too much for Toronto. I'll be honest with you. Toronto's a boring fucking team to me. You know, it's not San Antonio boring, where they're boring, but they're great. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's because they're so like by the book. But like with Toronto, man,
inconsistent, man. Toronto inconsistent as hell.
Exactly, man. So it's like we want, you know, we definitely want to see, and you know, we want to see entertaining sports, but entertaining but competitive at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like what's going on out in the West with Utah and Golden State, man. Like I was interested to see how Rudy Gobert would do against Golden State, but damn, Curry made him last night. He made that motherfucker last night look like a joystick, bro. You know what I mean? He was trying to do the Liu Kang finishing move. That motherfucker did a full circle. Made this cat turn around on the court, man. That shit was nasty. You know. Yeah, you know. So you know that's what's what's happening. But I want to ask you guys, man, what do you foresee happening this round? Obviously, you know, I see Cavs taking away Toronto. Toronto may get one game, but I think Cavs are sending a message, and they'll probably sweep for the most part. But what do you guys see happening, like with Houston and San Antonio? Let's see who else is out there. Houston, San Antonio. Damn. Who the fuck else is playing, Jeff?
Utah and
Golden State.
Yeah, that's right.
You got
so
Washington and the Celtics and
so Washington the Celtics. Yeah. So what do you think of you know what I'm saying, Boston right now? As far as like, do you feel like they're like what they're showing everybody thus far, like the winning the last 5 games straight? Do you see they have enough to, obviously it's rhetorical, but do you see them like as being enough to take down LeBron and the Cavs?
Not in those 7-game series, especially if everybody on the Cavs stay healthy. No, don't have enough.
Right. What about you, Joe?
Well, I guess he got over his sister a little bit. He must have already had a funeral.
Yeah, his funeral's done.
I said last week, I was like, man, they look like they don't want to win these games. Like they in a rut. Because I had them in my bracket, and you know I had them going against the the Cavaliers, and they were my sleeper team besides from that when I did my draft. So I think they're gonna go 7 games with the Spurs. I'm not the Spurs, but the Cavaliers. Y'all might not believe me, but it is what it is.
I don't.
They small though. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that bothers me is they're so small. Like that's gonna hurt them.
I mean, they could go small though. The Cavs can go small, and the Cavs are more effective.
No, I'm saying that's what's gonna hurt. That's what's gonna hurt Boston.
Yeah,
I mean, Dragon getting past. They're gonna go 7 games, man. They're gonna win some games at home because Boston has a way of calling games to their favor. Boston reminds me of like Utah back in the day when Utah had like Stockton and Malone. They had some dirty calls in Utah. Probably still do today.
Right. I mean, Dragonfly Jones is playing his ass off out there, man. You see this cat, man. Isaiah is like balling like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
They do look like Dragonfly Jones for real.
It's been memes, dog. They got memes across the fucking airwaves with this guy, dude. They even put one on the Celtics, on the Celtics symbol and shit, like the logo or whatever, with his tooth missing. But he's playing through it all, man. I mean, last night's game was rather dirty. You know what I'm saying? Game 2 was, they had a lot of. It definitely was physical. It definitely was a physical game.
But that's like Charles Barkley said, that's old school type ball. That's what you want to see in the playoffs. You want to see people like actually foul each other and do stuff like that to get their points instead of like somebody going to the line for every little like touch. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna foul you, I'm gonna foul you.
Yeah. I like Washington, man. I really do. I feel like if any team is going to be like, right now it doesn't look that way. But I believe in Washington. I believe in John Wall, Bradley Beal, and Gortat that they can. I think they'll get these 2 games, man. I think they will get these 2 games at home, and that'll give them that motivation. But Game 5 is going to be the deciding factor. Like if they allow themselves to take Game 5, whoever wins Game 5, the series is over. That's what I feel. I don't see this as a 7-game series. I think Cavs. Smart Money says Cavs will sweep. What else? It's Utah. Man, I don't know. They're gonna have to show more.
Spurs got out. I think Spurs gonna win theirs because they said I saw a stat last night that said like when they're down the game like this, they usually win the series.
Right.
And what's his name?
Tell you, man, I'm gonna have to stop you, bro.
What?
Houston got some firepower, bro. I'm gonna tell you.
Houston's
the Longest order ain't really been doing nothing this year. They really like this shit. They only really got Kawhi Leonard, bro.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, LaMarcus really got to step it up, bro. If they're going to do it, LaMarcus got to show something, man. Like, for real.
They just can't blow them boys out by 30 just by nothing, bro. I mean, them dudes.
Yeah.
Houston.
Them fuckers can shoot. They shoot, man. Come on now. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Houston and Boston met in the finals, bro? That shit would. The fucking final score probably gonna be like 183 to 179. You guys are shooting lights out, bro. They shot, Boston shot, 19 threes against Washington in Game 1? You know what I'm saying? Like, and Houston, they just do that. They do that shit for fun. They just shoot threes for fun. That's just what they do, man. But Golden State can play the very same game.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. If they match up with Golden State, I think in the playoffs they can give Golden State a run, bro.
They can. I believe they can. It's just hard to manage. But when we're talking about Golden State, it's just hard to manage the fact that you got to deal with Curry, you got to deal with Draymond, you got to deal with Klay Thompson. Oh yeah, and then you got to deal with that motherfucking Kevin Durant. That's they got the sheer advantage over every team in the league, man. You know what I'm saying? But it would be interesting just to see how the Cavs will. Because obviously this is believing that Cavs and Warriors will meet in the finals, which we do see.
They ain't got enough D, man. They ain't got enough D. Houston don't got enough D, I'm telling you. They ain't got enough D.
That's very true. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is like Golden State against, basically against the Cavaliers, I'm not even sure if the Cavs have enough D, man. There's nothing on LeBron, but I'm talking about the other motherfuckers that's out there with them. You know what I'm saying? LeBron going to do his part, man, but LeBron's only one man. He's the best player. He's the best player in the fucking league every year. He's supposed to get MVP every year. There ain't no question. You take LeBron off of any team, they're not going to playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it boils down to. And, we'll see. Obviously we'll see what happens, going forward. Let me see what else we want to discuss, man. Let's see. Do you feel? With that being said, do you feel like the Rockets finally have what it takes to get to the Western Conference Championship? Can they? Do you feel like they have what it takes to beat San Antonio?
Yeah, I do, bro. I think they can beat San Antonio, bro. Cause for one, you gotta look at it. They can beat San Antonio, bro. San Antonio, you gotta realize, man, Tony Pope was like 36. I mean,
yeah.
They kind of at one time they had a mixture of youth and veterans, but I just feel like the way Houston been playing, bro, they can really hang with San Antonio. They gonna probably beat them, bro. Probably it might go 6 games, 7 games, but I think Houston gonna want to beat them, bro.
Okay, all right. Yeah, well, let's get into some NFL action, man. I mean, obviously, last Thursday we had the draft, and Chicago kind of threw everybody the fuck off by obviously then moving up to the second pick just to draft.
Bunch of clowns.
Mitch draft Mitch Mitch Trubisky. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they gave 49ers one hell of a deal, so I'm all about that. It's but the Niners were able to move up, and then we pulled up. We got a defensive. We got a defensive. What is it? Yeah, we got a defensive end, Solomon Thomas. You know what I mean? And also we got Reuben Foster, and we picked up quarterbacks, but nothing to brag about. At least as far as we know. You know how the quarterback game goes. I mean, the people can be great out of college, but you don't. It's the ones that didn't shine in college that really, feel like they have the most to prove, such as a Russell Wilson. Nobody was talking about Russell coming out of college, But look at the impact he's had on the league. But definitely we want to talk about the newest thing, man. The great what we're going to coin as the great white hope for running back. I know Jeff is excited about this shit, but the Panthers picking up.
Hey, the White Rhino, man. I'm calling him the White Rhino.
White Rhino with Christian McCaffrey, man. I mean, that would be something, man. Because Ash, you can answer this, man. When's the last time we've seen a white halfback? You know what I'm saying? That's been actually good, like a white halfback for real.
I mean, to be honest with you, bro, we haven't, but I don't really like. I mean, I don't think that it was a good pickup for them, but to me, I didn't like the Panthers draft neither because they should have got a lineman somewhere in that draft, or because Cam was getting destroyed last year. They definitely need some offensive line help, bro.
I agree.
I mean, he was getting his head knocked in last year.
Yeah, I mean, did he die? Oh no, he didn't die. Okay. I was reading a story about Brandon Roy just now, making sure that, obviously we didn't lose him, man. We definitely don't want that, man. Yeah, I mean, other teams that, in the draft, man, they got some good pickups, man. LeBron, you can be honest, if the Browns, man, if they get their quarterback situation figured out, maybe, just maybe, man. Just maybe they'll have something to look forward to, as far as what they come from. You know what I'm saying? Like the issues that they deal with over the years. I don't know. They probably had 20 quarterbacks since the year 2000 or something like that. It's horrible, man. And Tom Brady. Meanwhile, Tom Brady's been with New England since 1999. So it's it just shows that the differences in the organization and how it's being managed. And they got the guy that the Moneyball story was was talked about. He's over there in the in the Browns camp. So I mean, hopefully they can turn things around, man. That kid Myles Garrett is a fucking monster. What is he, 6'7", 6'5", something like that? 275, bro. Solid muscle, man, coming off the block. You know what I mean? But he's gonna get tired of being on defense, and that's for damn sure. So the offense definitely need to help him out, man. I need something going on with that. Who else? So let me ask you, who would you say had the best draft?
Man, I'm gonna tell you a sleeper team, man. I think had a good draft. Them fucking Bengals, bro. Them Bengals drafted me. Yeah,
picked up Joe Mixon.
Draft, they got Joe Mixon, Ross. They picked up some players, bro. I think. I mean, I like their draft. The draft was pretty solid.
Yeah, man. What about you, Jeff? Who you think had the best draft?
To tell you the truth, I can't really say, man, because I know my team didn't have the best draft. Probably horrible. I seriously don't know. I think Kansas City was like straight. Well, Houston had a decent one, I guess.
I was mad at us, bro, because see that guy they drafted in the second round, Zach Cunningham? Listen out for that dude, bro. That dude was rated up there with Reuben Foster, but everybody was saying that he was kind of small up top. He didn't have a bill of an inside linebacker. But every linebacker the Texans got, bro, is fucking good. But I think they linebacking coach and shit, man, he gonna work with that dude. That dude gonna be a monster to come, bro.
That's what I was looking at Texans, man.
I like they draft too. They had a good draft. I definitely like them getting Deshaun Watson, bro. I think he gonna fit in well over there.
Yeah, I like that. I like it, man. Houston, I like what Houston did, and I think about Houston and Hobson. Watson and Hobson together. I think about a healthy J.J. Watt, a healthy Javon Clowney, man. Like, the AFC South is going to be interesting, and then you got your New Orleans boy.
You got to think at one point, man, Texas was like.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, the Texans got a championship defense already, right?
I was saying at one point the Texans were like ultra. They were like 10-2 one time.
Last year, man, in the playoffs, but Osweiler showed them out, man. I mean, because they really had Tom Brady on his heels, man. But they just didn't have no production out of the offensive unit, man, with Osweiler throwing all them picks and shit. But I think, with them getting Deshaun Watson and if they defense, they still got majority defense other than Bowie on the other side, I think they still can make some noise, man, in that AFC South, bro.
Yeah. Let's see. What else we want to get into, man, on this joint, man? Yo, what would you say was the dumbest move of the NFL draft? I would have to go with probably Trubisky, huh? The Bears picking up.
Man, dude, you give up all that to move up one spot, and I mean, if you watch football, the Bears got a lot of holes, man. You needed every pick you could in this draft, and they thought they was moving up to get who y'all got. They thought they was moving up to get Solomon, the defensive end. But when they said they moved up to when they announced their pick, they said John Lynch and them laughed in their war room like, damn, they got Trubisky. They were shocked.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but hey, man, that's their problem.
Hey, so man, that motherfucker better come out like what's old boy that played for the Colts? He better come out like that motherfucker.
Fucking what, Luck?
They gave up way too much. You know what I'm talking about, man. I can't remember his damn name.
Andrew Luck. Yeah,
he better come out throwing like Luck in his damn first year or some shit.
Oh yeah, in his first year, he damn sure don't want him last year.
Yeah,
that's for certain.
But the thing
Yeah, his first year. I ain't saying last year.
Why you went out and spent what they gave Glennon like over $30-something million? Why would you go get him if you know that wasn't the quarterback you were really trying to, your future quarterback or whatever? Because Glennon really don't have no wear and tear on him. He sat on the bench behind Jameis Winston, really. He was on it like a one-year starter with Tampa Bay. So why would you even do that? Did to give up all that to get Trubisky? I mean, it was a stupid trade all the way around.
As long as it wasn't the Raiders this time, man, because we known for fucking up. As long as it wasn't the Raiders, I think Carolina pick was kind of bad too, but I'm just gonna roll with it. But as long as it ain't the Raiders, because they constantly fuck up.
Yeah. So we're gonna close that off with this, man. Do you feel like your team got better? Me, the Niners, like from this draft, I feel like the Niners some improvement, but not the major improvement that we would need, and I feel like that's at quarterback. I don't really trust Hoyer. I don't trust Hoyer as a quarterback. I believe Hoyer was the one that threw 5-6 interceptions in the playoffs 2 years ago. Wild card against the Chiefs, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I believe it was against the Chiefs. He threw the five interceptions. So I'm not too keen on him. But what about them Saints? What about them Saints, Ash?
And I'm gonna tell you, man, the Saints draft was solid. I'm on the fence still because a couple of things I didn't like. I mean, I know why they went out and got the tackle with the 32nd pick, because he really was the best tackle. They were saying he was better than the guy Denver drafted on everybody's board, but he had that injury. And if he wouldn't have had that injury, he'd have been the number one offensive tackle in this draft. I know why they did that, because they was looking at like Armstead been hurt and then Streif getting old on the other side, and they drafted Pete, but they probably leave Pete as guard. So it kind of made sense. They were saying it would have been a reach to go get an edge rusher that high. Right. I mean, in the first round, because they only had second round grades that they'd been reaching. But I mean, still in that second round, we went got a safety that I don't think we needed, and I think they had better edge rushers that they could have got at the second round, and then the third round you trade to move up to get a running back. I'm like, you still had some good defensive talent. I mean, then the next pick they had in the third round, I wanted them to get the linebacker from LSU, and then Atlanta wound up getting them. So I'm like, we wound up getting a defensive end, but he was like in the late third round. And I'm like, they had some better defensive talent, like in the second round, that they could have got other than a safety and shit. I mean, the Saints' really weakness is a defense. I mean, I don't really think they really needed no offensive picks, this draft. I mean, this draft was unique by having a lot of them kids, man, was to play safety, will come down and play outside linebacker or play safety or corner. They was multi-versatile. And, you had some edge rushers that can drop back and play safety that was outside linebacker. So this draft was, like, really unique. I mean, look at Jabril Peppers. You had a lot of them guys that was kind of like him in this draft. So, I mean, the Saints could have really made a splash defensively. This was the draft to really do it, especially starting with, with your youth. But, I mean, overall, I think we had a solid draft, but I just wasn't happy with them not being they wasn't aggressive enough, man. I think they should have moved up in that first round, and they could have. Yeah. They really wanted Reuben Foster. So, I just think they wasn't aggressive enough. They was letting everything fall in place instead of them going out being aggressive and really taking people that they really wanted, and they really was going to improve their defense. So, I mean, I give out a draft grade. I mean, like a B-, bro.
Yeah. Let me touch back on NBA one just a little bit. I also want to highlight Jamal Charles.
Nasty, man. That's cool. That's cool. Carolina they ain't do nothing, but the Raiders got better. I'll put it like that.
You said it already.
Raiders got way.
You know what? You're right. That's my bad, Jeff. So, yeah. So, how you feel about the Panthers? Do you feel like they'll be better because of Christian McCaffrey?
Hell no, they ain't going to be better. They should have did what Asher said, man. This dude can't run all the time, and they know they needed that, and they didn't get it. I don't know what the hell.
We definitely should have tried to get them alignment this draft, man. I mean, I know it's not expected. But if you're trying to protect your future with
quarterback,
Cam, bro, he can't be back there getting his head beat in, man. You know, they had a lot of problems on their offensive line last year, man. I mean, that's why Cam kind of stayed banged up, helmet to helmet collisions and all that shit, man. So
he ain't gonna last too long, man. If you're thinking of a quarterback that does what he does, they have to protect him. He ain't gonna last long with all that running. They gotta protect him, man. So I don't know, but I know at least the Raiders got better. Beast mode.
Yeah. Let's see him. What I wanted to say was what is it? Jamal Charles got picked up by the Broncos, man.
By the Broncos.
They signed him yesterday. With that being said, so did they already have they had a decent running back already, didn't they? Right?
They had not really.
CJ, right? CJ Anderson.
Yeah, they had him and Hillman at one time, and they had a rookie. I think they was kind of running him a little bit last year. So, I mean, it was kind of a good pickup. They just got to get that quarterback situation handled, and they're another team I think had problems on the offensive line, especially at that left tackle position with them getting that guy from Seattle, and he didn't work out. I think they cut him this year at the end of the year, you know. But you know, they waived him or whatever because he was paying them some good money. Can't think of his name, but they definitely need a little bit of line help. That's why they went on ahead and got that tackle they picked up in the first round, matter of fact. But I think they can make a run with their defense too, man. I mean, if you notice, all the teams that was really in the playoffs last year were really defensive minded. The last 2 or 3 years, really. I mean, so you definitely, the teams that really struggle with the defense, man, you know, they don't have a chance to really make the playoffs, man.
Yeah. One last thing on sports, and then we'll move into something else, man. But is Kawhi Leonard the best two-way player in basketball today? He plays both sides of the field, man. His field goal percentage is going up.
Yeah.
And I heard, you know, obviously Jeff, last time we talked about, you know what I'm saying, this, man, I got to give it to Jeff. He definitely has, you know, shown himself, man, as a basketball player. It's definitely gotten better. But, I mean, I agree. I agree that he is. That's my stance on it. I feel like he's he's a great is a great two-way basketball player, man. One of the best, man. I would say, if not the best, he's one of the best for sure. To be able to play both sides of the court, man. He's he's on the ball. He can stop the best. You know, you put him on the best. He guards the best player of every team. You know what I'm saying? Like, the guy, he wants it, man. He truly wants it. Yeah, Jeff. So, Jeff, what you think, man?
You know I'm gonna say yeah, right? I don't even know why you gonna ask this question, but yeah, of course. Like, he deserves it, man. The only person that you can argue is better is LeBron, and that's about it.
Right.
That's the only one I can think of. You can't say Draymond Green because Draymond Green ain't like a high-ass scorer. You know what I'm saying? But he is the best.
And he just kicked people in the nuts anyway, so it don't matter.
Yeah, Draymond. I don't know what's up with Draymond, man, but I want to pose a question to you fellas, man. We hear this. I mean, you hear this phrase all the time. We've heard it since we were little, man. But what does the phrase "all men are dogs" mean to you? I'll ask Ashton on that shit, man. What you think that shit means?
Everyone, I don't know, Callus. I mean, shit. All the fucking women say that shit. They just be mad. The anger would say that.
So let me ask you. I'll pose this question. I'll ask Jeff first, and then I'll pose my question. Jeff, what do you think that phrase means? All men are dogs.
The phrase "all men are dogs" means that we are genetically made to reproduce, and they know this. They know it, man. They know That's what we do. That's why we here. We here to reproduce like any male, and like any male, even if it's like a lion or anything like that, they're made to reproduce. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what it is.
All right.
And untrustworthy hoes. Untrustworthy hoes also.
And so I'll address the elephant in the room when it comes to this shit. All men are dogs, and they're implying that that basically that none of us we'll stick our dick in anything that that moves. Is how I interpret that whole statement, that basically that they're implying this is all men are dogs. So therefore all men must cheat is what that's saying. You know what I'm saying? And if we're going on the concept that all men are dogs are trained, right? Just saying, our dogs not trained. And when you get a dog, I mean, I've had a dog growing up, but dogs are trained to use the bathroom outside, right? And if the dog doesn't know how to use the bathroom outside, whose fault is that? Is that the dog or is that the trainer? Fellas?
Question.
No woman can train me.
You feel me? Or you can be conditioned. You might not be trained, but you can be conditioned. Is what I'm saying. But innately, the dog will be a dog. That's what it's meant to do. So if you know that all men are dogs, this is just those that believe that statement that all men are dogs. Then why do you get upset when a dog shows you he's a dog? You know what I'm saying? So I firmly don't believe that all men are dogs. You know what I mean? Are we genetically like you said, like from a nature standpoint, are we meant to be with you know what I'm saying? Like the lion mates with every female in the fucking kingdom. You know what I'm saying? That's what he does. He takes care of his pride. You know what I'm saying? He bucks everything in the king, and then he also is the one that roughly protects the kingdom when it comes time for the neighborhood fucking bully to come through and see what's up. Now, granted, dogs whenever they sniff ass, they will, they see it and then they go behind it and they want to fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But there's some human aspects that have came along that kind of like I would say have controlled that in a sense. Would a guy be with multiple women if it were accepted by society? It's a smart answer. A smart answer would say yes. But but what I'm saying is that you've been we live under society standards, and there's certain things that that you've been taught, like monotheism, monogamy, so being with one person, having one God, you know what I'm saying? Like these are things that have been, roughly taught amongst the years. So, granted, there's times where temptation comes that affects us all, both men and women. You know what I'm saying? But with us, and no female knows what it's like to have a dick. Maybe one, but that's neither here nor there. As far as Bruce goes, you know what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, man, is this like this all men are dog shit, bro. It's like if you really believe that, then what's the point of you trying? What's the point of you trying to be with us? You know what I mean? Like, what are you? Is it damned if you do, damned if you don't? You know what I mean? And to innately believe that we're all out to do you wrong. That's basically how I interpret that shit. You know what I mean? The fact that when a female says, or when people say, it might even be guys that believe that shit, that all men are dogs. You know what I'm saying? And that's the case. I guess we got to embrace who we are then. You know what I mean? But I wanted to get you guys, as far as what I'm saying, what you guys feel about what I said. Jeff, what you feel about it, man?
Yo, you heard me, man. It's just like that's a slogan for women who don't trust men who've been hurt too many times, basically. Because I know women who say that and then they go to a girl and then the same thing happens to them. It doesn't matter who you be with. Anybody can do that to you. It doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? It's
but all men are dogs.
How you are. So what?
Right. But all men are dogs,
But
so remember that, dog.
But they'll be so hurt from the men that they won't, like, see basic stuff in front of their eyes when a woman does it. Like, a woman can do the same thing to a woman, and they don't see it. Just like two gay guys, a guy can do the same thing to a guy, and they won't see it. But if it was a woman, they could see it easily. It's just all how that person perceives everything and what they see about it. That's basically all it is, man.
But, yeah. All right, Ash, what you think about it?
I'm going with what Coon said. This is the same thing, pretty much. I agree with what he just said.
Yeah. We got to get some kind of spill on it, bro. No, don't get timid on me, bro. Can you tell me how you really feel, man?
I ain't really got no spill on it, man. I agree with what Coon just said.
I got a spill on it. Why is Kobe helping out the Celtics?
Why Kobe helping out the Celtics? What the fuck you talking about?
Yeah, man, I'm reading, man, Kobe helping out Isaiah Thomas with game prep, man. What the fuck's wrong with him? You need to go help the Lakers, niggas.
This motherfucker's stupid, man. You talking about some damn basketball. We talking about relationships right now, man. Goddamn. Listen.
Dude ain't gonna never change, bro.
Yeah, you telling me, man. But let me ask. I'll pose another question to you, man, just to really spark up some obviously some just to see what you guys think about this. Why do some females let like little shit bother them? Now, granted, that's perception based as far as what is little shit, but I'm pretty sure you get the gist of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Just like certain things are just like, okay, you didn't, you didn't take out a bag or some shit that she wanted to pack her sandwich in or something like that, or like flip out, or you know what I'm saying? You changed the song, on the radio when she was fucking in a groove or some shit, I mean, just small, this little shit like that, and it'll really fuck with them, like to the point where they won't even speak to your ass anymore. So I like, or at least for like the rest of the day or a couple hours.
Let me take this for you, man.
Yeah.
Let me take this for you. That's because they're emotional, bro. They lead with emotion. They don't lead with sense. So they'll hold something against you, for a week.
If you let that shit bother you, you crazy. You just gotta let them.
Yep, they'll hold something against you for a week and they won't say nothing about it and pretend like it's all cool. And then when you turn the radio that day, all of a sudden they mad at you. You gotta learn it, man. I see it all the time. Like, I could change stuff, organization in the house, and my wife would be mad. I'm like, you mad because I changed where we put the sugar at? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell is that now?
Right. I'm not speaking from. Well, let me be clear. I'm not speaking from my own personal experience. I'm really just speaking on situations I've seen and encountered from other folks. Let's let that be clear. I'm just wanting to pose that question, and really just get you guys, take on what
males don't hold grudges like that. Like, when a male got a grudge, we get it off, or we say what we want to say. A female will hold a grudge, and then when you do something mediocre, that's what sets them off. That's all it is, man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what about Cash? How you feel about that shit?
Man, you already know that's what they expect with a woman, man. Sometimes they just gonna nitpick with you just to have something to just talk about or just be fussing about some shit that's crazy, like silly shit. I mean, that's why I said earlier, you can't let that shit bother you. Just, all right, whatever, but just keep going. Go on with your business. If you trying
I'm agreeing with him on that also, man.
Mm-hmm.
They will start stuff just so they can have something to talk to their friends about. I'm
going to give y'all something to disagree about, because we ain't going to keep agreeing on shit. Let's see. Do you feel like Lala is worth fighting for?
I mean, man, we on the outside looking in. You don't really know what all. You don't really know what went on, so you can't really comment on that. Only thing you
looking at her as I'm talking about. You looking at that woman, that thick ass woman that we see
Hey man, both of them been creeping around, man. I mean, it ain't like Carmelo Anthony.
Oh yeah, Mano, what's that?
It ain't like he didn't bring it on himself though. At least she acted like she was married. Carmelo blatantly on the show and everything else acting like he wasn't married, like she married. He said it so many times it didn't make sense. So like, there's no reason for him to fight for it now because he didn't give a fuck about it when he had it.
But did you see her at the Met Gala though, man? My damn, as Tommy would say on Martin. Oh my damn. But roughly see-through black lace, you know what I'm saying? Attire, bro. That motherfucker mean right there, dog. Fucking la for real. That's one person I hope to meet for real, like in the future for sure. Let's see what else we can tap into. So I seen this article about Lil Yachty and Joe Budden, man. I guess Joe Budden said some shit about Lil Yachty and his music and shit like that, man. It was funny. It's funny the fact that these young guys get these bad raps, for the music they're making. You know what I'm saying? Like that's on, it's their time. You know what I'm saying, to do what they want to do. I don't understand how the culture's supposed to go forward when you got folks from the past really just trying to hold these cats back there. If you don't feel it, you just don't feel it. You know what I'm saying? Not every rap song that came out during our time frame I bumped. You know what I'm saying? I didn't fuck with it, but I didn't say this ruining the culture. If anybody you want to talk to about ruining the culture, you need to talk to the people, the execs. You know what I'm saying? That's actually, that's pushing this shit out there. That's neither here nor there, man. But I don't know if you've seen it, Jeff, as far as like the, Joe Budden going at Yachty or whatever. But it's the shit getting old though, bro. The shit getting real old. Like, we gotta let these boys do what they're gonna do, man. I mean, it's obviously somebody feeling it. That's their music. I mean, I prefer the lyrical, hip hop. That's just me. Don't get me wrong. I got a soft spot for for some trap music. You know what I'm saying? At times, really in the gym, or just like on a nice sound system. But lyrical hip hop is where is where I live. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just me. But I just want to know what you guys thought about Joe Budden going at Lil Man, bro.
I don't even know nothing about that, bro. That's the first I'm hearing of it.
Wow. Have you ever heard any of Lil Yachty's music before?
Nah, not really. Other than
and that's just not and that proves the point. It's not to say that he's a bad artist because you don't listen to him. It's just that shit don't work for you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just what it is. Now I know Jeff listens to a lot of that, a lot of this, the young artists that's out there now. But so how do you feel on the subject, Jeff, about Joe Budden going at Lil Yachty?
Actually, man, like Joe Budden is winning a lot of people. It doesn't matter. He went at Royce the 5'9" at one point, Eminem at one point. Like, to me, it's just something that he does. He's kind of like the same shit with 50. He likes to talk about people. But this shit been going on for a while, man. It always happens in music. I don't know if people noticed it, but it always happens in music, man. There's always these two sides of stuff. Like, Juvenile and them weren't too lyrical when they came out. Like, no one said anything about that. Bone was saying stuff that you couldn't understand when they came out. No one said nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you said it was mumble rap, but you couldn't understand what they were saying. Then you got people who you can't understand what they're saying now because you're not trying to understand what they're saying. It's the same. It's a same cycle, same thing. Stuff is just rotating constantly. That's all it is, man. Biggie went at people when he was coming in. 50 went at people when he came in. Like it's gonna happen. The older guys are gonna go at the newer guys. The newer guys are gonna go at the older guys. It's been happening, but that's just all it is. It's just a cycle.
All right, man. Let's see what else we want to talk about before we get up out of here. Yeah, so I saw that Tyrese, I guess, posted some shit on social media talking about a sequel to fucking Baby Boy. What the fuck we need a sequel for? For what? What the fuck we need to see? Their son go through the same shit he just went through? I mean, be real. I mean, ain't not even stereotype and shit, but based off of the lifestyle that he was living, I don't even know if Tyrese is still alive in this fucking movie.
How about you give me another Bad Boys instead of fucking that bullshit? I don't give a fuck about no Baby Boy.
Who gives a fuck? Don't nobody want to see Taraji's come too fucking far to go back to that ignorant shit. Don't get me wrong, it was cool for its time. You know, when you know better, you do better. So, you know, it's just like that hollering shit, and all that's gonna do is promote that more into our communities and make people outside our community think that's what our black women do, and then some black women are gonna take that and feel, oh yeah, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. No, that's not.
Hey, dinner. Hey, get in there and make me some tacos.
Man, fuck that shit. Get your ass beat talking about black.
The only time I watch Baby Boy is when it's on BET, and I don't even watch BET.
They will suck the shit out of you for talking about some tacos. A black woman about her shit will suck the shit out of you for talking about a damn taco, for real. Like, guys, let's be serious, man. Like that, you know what I'm saying? It's like promoting these certain depictions of us. You know, that's just that's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Baby Boy was I guess cult classic. You know what I'm saying? For its time, man. But I think that was like a one-time deal. You know what I'm saying? That hollering and yelling shit, man. That's not an image that we need to promote as far as for our community. That's just me, man. That's my take on it. Because to be honest, what man wants to hear that? What you as a male, would you want your wife, Jeff, to be hollering and shit, talking about where you been last night? Let me smell your dick. All that shit that he went through. Is that something that, you know what I'm saying, that you want to go through? Is that, or even you even have the wife that would even want to deal with that shit that he was doing? You know what I'm saying? So no, I don't even think that. You know what I mean? That's just you know, these images that are being painted. You know what I mean? Designed for those that are in those communities to stay in the same type of environment, man. You know what I mean? Show if you're gonna do it, show Jody getting out into the world and doing something, making a business. You know what I'm saying? Do something like that. You know what I mean? Like show some real shit. And well, what about you, Ash, man? What you think about that sequel shit?
I ain't really got no thoughts on it, bro. I'm like you. I don't know what the hell it could really be about. But I'd rather see like another Bad Boys or another Friday with Smoke with Chris Tucker in it or some shit other than that.
Yeah, that shit bogus, bro.
There's like tons of movies they can make remakes to, or to like make second parts to. I'll do with another Ace Ventura over that shit. Like
damn. Yup. Damn right. I'll take that. Give me Ace, goddammit. I'll take an Ace. For sure.
Yo, what about the Mask, man? What about the Mask?
They had a second Mask. That fool Jamie Kennedy did that shit. It was horrible.
Man, that ain't no real Mask, man. Get that shit out of here.
Son of the Mask. That's what the fuck that shit was. That shit was weak. You want to talk sequels? Obviously, certain movies don't need sequels, but if there was a sequel to a movie, what would you want to see? Jeffrey? Oh, Jeffrey.
I said it, man. I said like Bad Boys. Well, they did one to what was the movie Unbreakable with the whole what's the shit called? With the guy with all the split. That shit was, man, yo. I can't wait for the next movie, yo. Oh
yeah.
That shit.
I want to see some shit. I want to see the sequel to fucking like Moana or some shit. I see the sequel to fucking Moana. And they show the real truth why this grown-ass man is walking around with this little girl. And they acting like that shit is okay.
Rundown would be a good one, too. With The Rock, if they had a sequel to that shit, yeah, I'll watch that.
Let's see a sequel to fucking Fast and the Furious. They got 20. You got 20 fucking sequels just to hear Vin Diesel say, one last ride. He been having one last ride for fucking 4 movies.
Yo, that's some funny ass shit. Telling the truth.
Like, for real. Like, I mean, how many last rides can this motherfucker have? They
Well,
won't
that's
rest.
the big movie seller right now. Is that
How
like,
they go from stealing trucks to doing these big shits? That's my question.
They should have, like, Vin Diesel needs to spread his horizon, man. Like, he had a good thing going with the Riddick movies. Like, that shit was good. You should just continue those too, but he just took them to Fast and Furious.
This is like a modern day, Steven Seagal.
Not even that. He's better than Steven Seagal. He's like a Arnold, basically. Like, he's not as big as Arnold, but he's stuck in the Terminator role. He just stuck in the Terminator movie. Like, they can't get rid of him. Like, Arnold's been in, like, tons of Terminators, and Vin Diesel's been in God dag. He's just in the same movie constantly. He's in the same role.
Yeah. Cool. All right, man. Well, today's show was I think today's show was a bit eye opening. It was pretty good when we talked about, as far as the pain that we feel from our community dealing with the cops taking young black lives, the sports coverage, and even just the whole concept of all men are dogs, what that means, and it means to us. I didn't really get to speak as much as I wanted to on the all men are dogs thing. That's a long that can be like a 3-day course as far as how I feel about that statement. But really just to finish it off, what I'm saying is, like, if you honestly feel that we're innately, just by us being man, that we're going to do you wrong, I think it's pretty pointless to try to date us. Then you can do bad all by yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's for anybody. So, and I mean, that's if you believe in that mindset. I personally don't. I'll give people benefit of the doubt. There are some good people out there. Just really just make sure that it's a decision that you're ready to do. That's what I've learned from my own experience. We live and learn. That's all we can do. But this is I'm Romey-Mak. You can catch me on Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram at Romey, ROMEY_MAK. Facebook.com/Romey-Mak 2 cents. That's the number 2, and then SENSE. Karumbe is still mysterious right now, but we're waiting for that wrestling debut so I can get all his figurines and shit and play with him on WWE, like 2K 23, some shit like that. What you pausing for? Man, you gonna be a grown man today. You better think about how that sounds and all that shit. Fuck that shit. But no, man. As always, man, I appreciate my big bro. Jeff being on the show. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Joe too, bro, man. We definitely gonna work on some more things in the future. Ash, I appreciate him calling up today. Sharing his thoughts on a few things. I'm gonna get him to open up a little bit more on how he really feels about certain things. But we'll get to that. But anything you wanted to say, Jeff, before we close up, man, on any subject. If it's Kobe and
don't watch the Cleveland game. They up right now, 51-38. Don't watch the game. You know how it's going to end.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much how that go down. But other than that, that's all we got, man. So just definitely tune in for the next episode. I'm not exactly sure when, but you'll definitely be notified. Or I might do a surprise episode like I did today. I wasn't even planning. I appreciate Jeff, giving the motivation and inspiration to do this. So I love you, bro. We're gonna close out on this thing, and we'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Y'all have a good one.